Start by logging into the Snap catalog. Your username is the first letter of your first name, followed by your last name. The password is media. Then click Sign In. To search for resources, just type in a word. Clicking Search will bring up a list of all of the resources available in Snap that are related to your search term. If you'd like to limit by resource type or grade level, you can click on Advanced Search. For today, I'm just going to do a simple search. When I locate items that I'd like to add to a list, I go over to the Add to List button. The arrow on the side gives you a drop-down menu of choices. From here, you can select lists that you've already created, or you can create a new list. I'm going to click on Create a New List. I can give my list a title and a description, and then click Submit. As I continue my search, if I find more items that I'd like to add to my list, I would go back to the drop-down menu and select the list that I just created. I can add as many items to that list as I would like. When I'm done adding items to my list, if I'd like to see a summary of all of the items that are on that list, there are two ways that I can get to that page. I can click on the drop-down menu and select Manage My Lists, or I can return to the top of the page and click on the Resource Lists tab, and then click on My Lists. On this page are a list of all of my lists. I can click on View List Details to see all of the items that I've added and a short description. On this page, I can also opt to export my list as a PDF catalog or view as catalog entries. I'm just going to click the back arrow to get back to that page. On this page, I can also remove specific resources from my list by checking here and clicking Remove Resources. I can copy items to other lists, or I could move items to other lists that I've created. If I click on Go Back to My Lists, it brings me back to the page with all of the lists that I've created. On this page, I can also opt to set my permissions for sharing my lists. I can opt to make my lists public, which means that all Snap users would be able to look at my list. I can keep them as private, which means that I'm the only person that would be able to view this list. Or I can opt to share my lists with specific users, for example, an entire grade level of teachers. To do this, I click on the Shared With column and enter in users' names. Remember, usernames are standardized by the first letter of a person's first name followed by their last name. After I've entered in my users, I would click Save. Lastly, I can also remove lists from this page. To do that, I just check the box and then click Remove Lists. That deletes the lists that I've created. To see what other users have shared with me, or to look at public lists, I can go back up to the Resource Lists tab and click on Shared Lists and Public Lists. And that's how you add and create and manage your lists in Snap. Thanks.